Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? How goes it today? Yes, we've started streaming. Good afternoon, everyone. How goes it? MTG Nubisky, Sir Krovax, Linkbot, Anor, A Grotto, Siri. Hello, everyone. So today, I think we're going to do a standard league with an update on the Super Friends deck. Thank you, Linkbot. What's up, Demonic Firefly? Jake, everyone. Why can't I? Oh, I see. Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah, sorry, I updated the stream title. I forgot to update it from last night, and the email went out. That was my bad. My bad, everyone. You should be able to full screen now. The chat should be on screen. That was something we were trying to get working, so. Why my screen is not updating? I'm still seeing the goldfish and the countdown at 41 seconds. What is going on, Twitch? Why are you... Oh, there we go. Yes, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about the email being sent out improperly, or the tweet. That was my bad. Okay. It must just be my Twitch being... Like, I try to have the stream up on the side, but it's all wacky and not being good to me. So maybe I just won't be able to watch. Anyway, the only problem with that is that I can't... Whoa! Now it's full screen. The only problem is I can't see, I can't see the notifications when someone follows. Alright, anyway, let's talk about the deck. So, few changes from last time. The big one is Arlen Cord, see you later. No Arlen Cord. The other thing I realized is Tireless Tracker and also Radiant Flames. I was bringing those in all the time. So now we have 2 Radiant Flames in the main deck, all 4 Tireless Tracker. I got rid of the other Nissa, Flip Nissa. Alright, if someone follows, just scream. Actually, I think I got it working now, so. Yeah, the werewolf deck was pretty rough. This is live, Mana Maze. It is. So, let's see. So 4 Tireless Trackers, 2 Radiant Flames in the main deck now. No more Flip Nissa, because Flip Nissa was bugged with Oath of Chandra. It wouldn't trigger Oath of Chandra, and I actually lost a league because of that. I finished 2 damage short because the damage didn't count. So I just got rid of Flip Nissa altogether. Otherwise, sideboard, I added a couple Hallowed Moonlights, I guess is the main change. We have the Hangerbacks in the sideboard now. So I don't know, no super big changes. The big ones are Tireless Tracker in the main deck, Nahiri in the main deck, no Hangerbacks in the main deck, and no Arlen Cords anywhere. So let's see if we can do another 5-0. What's the benefit of Radiant Flames over Kozilek's Return? The big one is it hits creatures with 3 toughness. For example, well, a Tireless Tracker that has 1 counter on it. I'm trying to think of other ones. Yes, I'm sorry, everyone. That I forgot to update the stream title, and it sends out the tweet based on whatever the stream title is, and I forgot to update from last night. The good news is you probably don't want to see werewolves in Legacy anyway, based on how it went last night. We won a couple matches, so that was alright. Wait, Naya, yeah, Naya Superfriends, alright. Let's see if we can 5-0 again. Yeah, we do have 3 colors. We're Naya. Would you sponsor my stepbrother and I's YouTube channel? Also, if you're interested in watching the werewolf matches, we have a YouTube set up now, MTG Goldfish Replay, which will it has the full streams on it, so you can watch the whole werewolf stream either on the video on demand on Twitch, or you can watch it on the YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to that MTG Goldfish Replay so you can see all the old streams. Yeah, Arlen definitely underperformed. I wasn't too happy with how Arlen worked out in the main deck. Yeah, I think we'll definitely play Werewolves in Modern at some point. Haven't got to it yet, though. Alright, match 1. Oh man, I played Green Black Seasons Past on the Pro Tour Gauntlet. It was kind of rough. Alright, we get to play first. This is a solid opener. Got an Advocate, Oath of Chandra for removal, Declaration in Stone. Pretty solid. So, Needle Spire's go. Hey, thank you, Monster CC. I'm glad you enjoyed the article. Oh, exam week? That's no fun, Kyle. I remember exam week. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. Yep. Let's just Fortified Village, Sylvan Advocate. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think we can make do with this hand. Opponent gets a Plains. Does Jake ever stream Pauper? At this point, he does not. Right now, I'm the only one streaming on the Goldfish channel. Ooh, we're going to get to Oath of Chandra Duskwatch. Actually, let's just attack. If our opponent blocks, that's awesome. I don't know why everyone loves Pass the Turn so much. I don't mind taking tests. Sometimes all the studying that leads up to taking tests is a little tiresome. But the actual test taking, I don't mind. But I think I might be biased because I was always a really good test taker. For some reason, tests were always easy for me. So I know other people who were just not good test takers, and taking tests for them was miserable. But tests are fun when you're confident you're going to get a good grade. Displacer, sure. You might have to just declarate. Ooh, Nahiri. Alright, let's just Declaration in Stone, the Displacer. Forest, get in with Advocate. And another Sylvan Advocate. I accidentally slept in and showed up an hour late for my first college physics exam. Then I got the highest score in the class. Awesome. What's up, Lewisk? Something like that. How goes it? Kill it. Well, they gotta tap the clue first if we're gonna kill it with Nahiri. We can just kill this Rites though, which is pretty good. And we will do. Ooh, man, Anna Avacyn. Alright, get in with Sylvan Advocates. And then I think we're best off playing the Forest, casting Nahiri, getting rid of Cryptolith Rites. And then just passing. Get in a couple damage from Oath of Chandra. Yeah, oversleeping and missing a test sounds kind of scary. I've never had that happen, thankfully. Sounds like a good process, Siri. Yep. There's actually some studies about how procrastination can be good for you, because you get in that position where you finally have to do it and it really focuses your mind and can actually make you more productive. I attack there. They have vigilance. I'm pretty sure I attack there. I played my Mono Blue Brains deck against some stupid clue deck, and I killed them with 12 clues on the table. That does sound pretty sweet. Let's see. What's the plan? Let's discard Chandra. Discard Chandra, get a forest, alright. Play the forest. Pumps up our Sylvan Advocates, attack with both. Our opponent's gonna go to 1. Or just block and block. Wow. Okay. Well, our opponent double chumps, so we'll just pass. Do they have a Wrath or something? Why would they just double chump there? That seems very odd. Do they have Brood Monitor to do more chumping? Yep. Alright, Brood Monitor. That's fine. I think we're just going to Avacyn, because Avacyn gets in damage over the Brood Monitor. Seems unlikely that we can kill our opponent here. I guess Chandra, which we discarded last turn. Declaration would also do it. So we have, well, Radiant Flames also on the approved list for winning on the spot. Wait, let me make sure I'm tapping the right mana for this. Red, white, green. So X3, Radiant Flames, and good game. Alright, off to a good start against 4-color Rites. Already liking the addition of Radiant Flames to the main deck. Seems really solid. Yeah, Declaration would have done it there too. I guess we actually had quite a few outs. Well, we want more Radiant Flames against this deck. We want more Chandras against this deck. And I have the Hallowed Moonlights in the sideboard now. They do stop the combo and Collected Company. The question is, what do we cut? Angelic Purge gets rid of Cryptolith Rites. We can probably cut another Declaration in stone. Maybe Tireless Trackers? Ugh. That's a lot of cuts to make. Yeah, this deck is really solid. I'm very happy with this deck. There was actually a Gathering Magic article on the deck today too, so other people seem to be taking note of it. Oh, if you've been following, I might have missed it because apparently my layers were off, so I couldn't see the follows. So if you have been following, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't followed, go ahead and follow, and then I'll say thank you to you too. Are you just streaming standard this evening, or maybe some limited? I think we're just doing a league with Naya today, because Wednesdays is a weird day for streaming. I pretty much have to end around 6:30 because we record Commander Clash. So I don't think we'll do limited today, but I think maybe tomorrow for our stream, I will try to do a Time Spiral draft, full block Time Spiral. Dangang, thank you for the follow. Dangang Z27. Makai 90, something like that. The followers are there now. That was my bad. I had the layers wrong. Now they're right. All right, we got to make 4 more cuts here. What are the cuts? Emperor, hello, thank you. Yeah, the deck list is a little bigger now on the side because we had to finagle some things to get the chat on screen so people could go full screen. Tortured Sword, thank you for the follow. Maybe we just go 3 Chandras and cut a couple tireless trackers. Let's try it like that. After watching the video on Mono Red Blitz, I made it on MTGO. I swapped 2 Assault Strobes and 1 Kiln Fiend for 3 probes. Lots of help with the draw. Awesome. Very cool. Well, any hand with double Oath and Nissa is pretty much a keep. It's just so easy to find what we need. Do you know why Baby Jace appears to be dropping in price? Yeah, there's a couple reasons. I mean, Baby Jace is dropping in price because he's not as broken as everyone thought now that there's no fetch lands to make him flip on turn 3. So a lot of his awesomeness was a product of the fetch land format. So he's not seeing as much play because of that. It's not like every deck is just playing Jace. Now, even the decks that were playing him before, like this 4-color Rites deck, which was kind of the rally deck, sort of, would be the closest comparison in the last standard. They just aren't playing Jace, even though they could. And then plus, it's heading towards rotation. And even though Jace sees a bit of play in older formats, it's still definitely going to take a hit towards rotation. So those are the 2 big reasons. Not seeing as much play because no fetch lands and rotation. Oh, I hate the Green Ponder comparison, but the card is pretty solid. Oh, Ephro featured it on Channel Fireball? I missed that. I saw the Gathering Magic article, but I did not see the Ephro article. I'm going to have to look that up now. Ephro's one of my favorite players, so it's an honor to get covered by Mr. Ephro. Oh, got the bad lands again, too, and I can't switch them because we're in a league. I had the lands all nice, had gurus, but then I downloaded the updated deck list, and it's gone. Hey, thanks for the follow, Igel. Arlencord was in the original, yes. Oh man, this is going to be a pretty solid Radiant Flames. Only a 2-for-1, but getting rid of Pitiless Horde and Duskwatch, pretty solid 2-for-1. And then we can back that up by Arlen next turn. I missed VSL last night, unfortunately. Yeah, I was not impressed by Arlencord in this deck, unfortunately. Displacer. Thoughts on a Conspiracy Eldrazi deck? What's the conspiracy? The card conspiracy? Someone pull up the card conspiracy. Nayron, thank you for the follow. Alright, Displacer. We can play. Let's. Yeah, let's just Nissa. No, that doesn't make sense. Alright, let's just Declaration and Stone Displacer, play a tap land, trigger on the stack. Thanks for the follow. The Lumnarch, thank you as well. When enters the battlefield, choose a creature. Oh, okay. So what's the thought there? Like, what's the payoff for having Conspiracy set in Eldrazi? Yeah, I think there probably are some cool things you could do with Conspiracy. Ugh, and then they play another one. Now I wish we just waited. But this turn, I guess we can Nissa plus Declaration in Stone. Killing them all one by one is annoying. We'll cast Nissa for 3 red mana. Oh, with Rooftop Storm. That sounds like a sweet against the odds deck. I would have to look into the actual build, but that sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, you can tap Temple for mana. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a way to make it work. Thank you, Eric Gore, for the follow. That sounds pretty deep, so I like it. Pokelogic. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'd have to look at it and actually try to brew with it a little bit, but it could work. There could be potential there. Corrects the glue. I had not thought about Conspiracy and Rooftop Storm. The Modern WLF, thanks for the follow. The other problem is... Oh, there goes Nahiri. The other problem is, though, Conspiracy... Wait, is that time shifted? Is that Modern legal? If it's Legacy, it's kind of a no-go. as far as competitively, you could still build it for fun, but I don't think you could win with that in Legacy. If it's in Modern, there's a little bit more of a chance. Well, I guess we might as well start attacking with Needle Spire since we don't have much else going on. Time shifted, yep. Alright. Yeah. Well, it could be a fun Modern against the odds deck. What cards are people taking out for Thing in the Ice in the Brain deck? And Mirror Pool seems very good. Yeah, I've come around. Thanks, Picus, for the follow. I've come around to Mirror Pool or Drowned Yard Temple being the right colorless land for the deck. So I agree with that. You want a PPTQ with Mono Blue Brains? Awesome, Trigger on the stack. That's so sweet. No, Apes of Wrath, there's a schedule listed below if you scroll down a bit. Basically, Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 7, and Wednesdays at 4. Usually for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, however long it takes us to do a league, sometimes a little Momir or something. There's the Coco. Zada Silverfur did win against the odds. It was super close, but it did win. Whoa! They whiffed. Sweet. That's the greatest feeling in the world. Man, maybe I'm a bad person, but I love seeing a Collected Company player get punished by whiffing. Oh, that made my day. Oh, yeah, Zada Silverfur coming out tonight, and I went pretty deep. Have you thought about having just a deck list chat command instead of having the list on screen? Yeldarb1709. I haven't really. So far, we've gotten a lot of good feedback about having the desk on screen, so I haven't really thought about changing that part of it. Well, we already won because our opponent whiffed with a Collected Company, so... Our opponent whiffed on Collected Company, and I got pretty excited. I think we're just going to kill Duskwatch. I think we're just going to Ultimate Nissa next turn. That should be pretty good. Collected Company is getting pretty close to Siege Rhino level. Actually, I think by the end of last standard season, Rally might have been worse than Siege Rhino. Siege Rhino was the card for the first half of the season, and then Rally definitely became that card at the end. Richard did make the deck list, and it's awesome. I love the deck list tool. I have no idea how hard he worked on it. I am so clueless about coding and programming. That's all Richard. So I couldn't tell you if he whipped it up in 10 minutes or if he worked on it for 10 weeks, but it's definitely awesome. I love the overlay. And like I said, we've gotten so much good feedback about it. People really, most people at least, really seem to like it. But I will definitely listen to any feedback people have, so. Yeah, the Madness deck is fun. Displacer, sure, we're gonna Ultimate Nissa, draw 6, gain 6. How people said what was a bad card? Oh, Rally. I was a big fan of Rally for a long time. I was playing Rally back when it was probably clearly wrong to be playing Rally. I was always on the Rally train. I think I was making like Mardu Aristocrats before Magic Origins came out, or when Magic Origins, no Blood Artists, none of that stuff. We're just aristocrating with like, Butcher of the Horde, and that said, I'm just a big fan of that card. All right, let's Ultimate Nissa. Draw 6, gain 6. That is many Sylvan Advocates. Hey, thank you, Trinome. Will I shave my beard? Seems unlikely. Sometimes I trim my beard, but shaving it is not really in my plans. All right, what's the plan here? We have all tap lands. So I mean like Angelic Purge, Displacer, Nissa, Tick Nissa down. I guess that's fine. Actually, we might want to sack this Oath of Nissa. So let's play Nissa. Take down Nissa, pump up our plant tokens. And then Angelic Purge, Exile Displacer. Green, green, white, white, white. We'll just play Needle Spires and get in for 3 and pass the turn. Yeah, I'll have to check. I heard Efro covered the deck, so I'll have to check it. You have a budget of $1,000 or less. Give me a modern deck. Jeez. That's actually a hard question. I would have to think about that. I would recommend if you go to, if you want a quick answer, go to the metagame page in MTG Goldfish and just look down kind of the top performing decks. I bet there are several in the $1,000. $1,000 is a pretty significant budget. Do top players check MTG Goldfish? I know they do because, yes, they definitely do. Thank you, Shuru. Wow, they didn't even attack and kill Nissa. Well, I guess I got to play defense here. How do we win right now? Can we win right now? 1, 2. I guess we can just, like, take up Nissa. Play Nissa. Keep the new Nissa. Tick down Nissa. Play a Gideon. Emblem Gideon. Hey, what's up, D-Many? Yeah, I wanted to try it again, because people have been asking me a lot about it, and it's been getting coverage. Apparently, Efro wrote about it on Channel Fireball. I know it was covered on Gathering Magic today, so I figured it might be good to play it one more time. Give people a looking in your face. Thank you for the follow in Vindier. Hey, what's up, D-Many? Yeah, I wanted to try it again, because people have been asking me a lot about it, and it's been getting coverage. Apparently, Efro wrote about it on Channel Fireball. I know it was covered on Gathering Magic today, so I figured it might be good to play it one more time. Give people a chance to talk about it, ask questions, since it's been getting coverage lately. And then I think tomorrow we'll probably do limited and some viewer battles for Momir. So if you're interested in battling Momir, there'll probably be some time tomorrow for us to battle it out. Man, we're going to have another good Radiant Flames. I don't think it's game winning, but it's really solid. Let's see. Just get a Plains, doesn't really matter. And Radiant Flames. So we take 5, then we hit 4. We're 1 damage short if we attack with Needle Spires. I don't know if the auto pick thing can work outside of Cube Draft. I'd be willing to do it in a Cube Draft, but I'm not sure we can do it otherwise. Maybe we can. And I think we're still just going to attack with Needle Spires here, put our opponent to 1. And that turns off all their pain lands from making colored mana, cuts them off white, cuts them off blue. Oh, thank you for the follow, Cliffy, and someone whose name started with a P that I missed because I looked over too late, but I still appreciate it. What are Super Friends' bad matchups? I've had some trouble with green-white tokens, especially before sideboarding, which is one of the reasons I wanted to move Radiant Flames into the main deck. And alright, off to a good start. 1-0 with our second run through of Naya Superfriends. Hopefully we just 5-0 again. Nice and easy. HC Core, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Jake. 1-0 hype. Yeah, that would be the... if we could actually 5-0 again, this would be the third 5-0 with this deck that I've had. Feeling Naya Superfriends has a hard time with any counter-heavy deck. Kamino, thank you for the follow. But what is that deck in Standard? Tunberry Master, thank you. But what is that deck in Standard, though? Is there a counter-heavy deck? I guess there's, like... even the control-y decks, though, don't play that many counter spells. What's this deck's best matchup? What do I think about tappedout.net? I'm not really super familiar with it. I've seen like deck lists posted on Tap Out, and they're fine, but I'm not familiar. Do they do more than that? Seasons Past. Yeah, Seasons Past with their good draws, if they can just discard and exile all of our planeswalkers, it can be bad. Mono White is interesting. Mono White's not bad, because we have 4 Radiant Flames. Thanks for the follow, by the way. And now we have Radiant Flames in the main deck to make it even better. So I don't think it's a horrible matchup. That is the deck that we lost a game to, as funny as that sounds, last time on stream. And if they can get outside of Chandra/Radiant Flames range by using Always Watching, then it's bad. So we have to aggressively kill things in that matchup before we get blown out by Always Watching. And I mean, we can be clunky. Like, that's probably the biggest overall problem with the deck. We do have a fairly expensive curve. We have 3 colors. So we can just get bad hands and lose to ourselves. Thank you for the follow, Crosis. You have any thoughts about trying a Seasons Past in a deck since you have lots of different converted mana costs? I haven't really considered that, honestly. Fatman 1400, thank you for the follow. Actually, I have played against Black-White midrange a couple times and won fairly convincingly both times. So 4 Avacyn is just a lot in this deck. I think we're going to take Evolving Wilds for the clue synergy with Tireless Tracker. Why don't we play Oath of Gideon? Seems good in Super Friends. We just don't have that much room is the big problem. How much do we care about? Alright, let's just Needle Spires go. Yes, this deck started out with 2 Arlen Chords in the main deck and Nahiri in the sideboard. Sharkbait, thank you. So that's how it started out, and then we switched it around and had Nahiri in the main deck and Arlen Chord in the sideboard. And now Arlen Chord is gone altogether. Count Black, thank you for the follow. Who's on 64 cards? We don't have 64 cards, do we? We shouldn't have. Oh, Shark Bait. Hoo-ha. Gabe the Gamer, thanks for the follow. Wow, we're gonna get so many clues. If our Tireless Tracker lives, then we can play another one. We can get 4 clues next turn. Alright, there's Cryptolith Right. And a tap land. We want to find a Nahiri, I think. Well, or just get to Chandra is good. Let's get in with Tireless Tracker. Oath of Chandra is way better than it looks. I've been very impressed with it. Hey, thanks, Gabe the Gamer. Appreciate the follow and the kind words. Oh, go 64 cards in the main deck to fit Oath of Gideon? I don't think Oath of Gideon is that great in this deck, honestly. Like, it's cool and it's fine. Arlen just didn't seem impactful enough. It was pretty much come down and make a 2/2, which is fine, but we already have Gideon, which comes down and makes a 2/2. So it wasn't that exciting. And Nahiri, it mostly is just that Nahiri seemed better. Nahiri comes in and exiles Cryptolith Rite, for example, which is kind of important. So I think Nahiri is just better, which is basically what it came down to. Not that Arlinn Court is bad, but when it's lined up against Nahiri, I think Nahiri is the right choice. Do we attack here? We could get kind of blown out. Well, let's Fortified Village, reveal the plains, get some more clues. So we can attack. They have most likely Collected Company, but we can sack clues if they try to Collected Company and block. So we should be able to live through the attacks anyway. Would it be worth it to splash white in black-red mid-range? I don't know. I would have to think about that one. Alright, let's see what our opponent does. They just take it. Opponent takes it. Do we need to sack a clue here? Let's sack a clue. We could hit Radiant Flames. Fortified Village, alright. Well, in that case, we'll just Sylvan Advocate. Pass the turn. Next turn we can Chandra, wipe away our opponent's stuff. Is Purge good without Hangerback? It seems like you'd rather play Dramoka's Command. Purge is good with our Oaths. Since the Oaths are legendary, we can just sack an Oath of Nissa, Oath of Chandra. So that's kind of the synergy with the Angelic Purge. Yeah, that was another reason. It was kind of competing with Arlinn there as well. The big problem with Hangerback isn't that Hangerback is bad, it's that it, well, I guess it's kind of that Hangerback is bad, but the big problem is that it dies to a lot of stuff. All the exile removal, Anguish Unmaking, Declaration in Stone, and you don't get any value from it. I don't think this deck has main deck negates, do they? They better not. Dies to a lot of stuff. All the exile removal, Anguish Unmaking, Declaration in Stone, and you don't get any value from it. I don't think this deck has main deck negates, do they? They better not. So, Fortified Village, reveal plains, get a clue token. Main deck negate would be super bad here. Chandra. Well, we're going to lose our Tireless Tracker, but -3 Chandra. Have I brewed with Tamio's Journal at all? Not really yet. I've played it in a couple like commander decks and stuff, but I haven't really built a Tamio's Journal deck. What's up, Pepper? How goes it? Good to see ya. Yeah, Chandra's pretty good. Really good against these decks. They're going to bounce some of our stuff. It would be sweet if they bounced our Tireless Tracker, so then it wouldn't die to our own Chandra. They're probably not going to be that nice, though. And then next turn, Angelic Purge is also good because it's another way to get rid of the Cryptolith Rites. And Rites is actually a pretty good card in these decks. If invited, would I play in the CSL? Off the top of my head, my answer would be yes. I mean, it would depend on scheduling and all that kind of stuff, but... Wakester, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I think I would. Whether or not I would ever be invited, that's another question. For a budget player, what format is better, Modern or Standard? Well, the good thing about Modern is if you build a deck, it's going to be legal for a long time. So I think in some ways it can be cheaper. You can build a couple budget decks and play Modern for infinity, which is nice. On the other hand, Standard, you can build more cheaper decks. Have I played against... Alright, well, we just peeled a Radiant Flames, which is going to wreck... Oh, man, this turn is so good. Radiant Flames, clear our opponent's board. They get a million scries. And my raid is Seth Rollins. Not that I'm aware of. I think that usually goes by last names, Billy. Apparently, I have an ancestor who, I don't know, created a pen or something in the 1800s. I don't even know their name, but... and then Angelic Purge, getting rid of Rites, sacking one of our many clues. I don't think we're ever going to have time to sack 6 clues. And then we'll just start beating down with Chandra. Yeah, you can definitely build a good budget deck in Modern that will be competitive for a long time. Alright, pass turn. Have I played against the new Baby Eldrazi deck? I don't believe so. Take me down to Value City where the cards are pretty. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Goggles might be a tough sell now. Another Cryptolith. This means they have Collected Company, most likely. Well, let's Chandra. Make them use their Collected Company. Thank you, Moo. Moo, I'm a cow, 666, for the follow. Alright, there's a Coco. How many whiffs? Duskwatch? Alright, that's not a whiff, unfortunately. Still, our opponent doesn't look very close to actually comboing off. And if we had to, we could Wrath again with Chandra next turn. Opponent's going to block 1, go to 1, get a Scry. And we will just Sylvan Advocate, Tireless Tracker, Sylvan Advocate, pass the turn. Thank you for the follow, Tree Gnome. Made a buttload of ticks on Nahiri this week, and they're burning a hole in my MTGO pocket. Do you have any advice on new spec targets? Taiga Uppercut, thanks for the follow. I'm kind of waiting. I kind of want to do some MTGO investment article series potentially. So I have some ticks set aside, and they've been sitting in my account for a little while now, and I haven't bought anything. I'm kind of waiting for Eternal Masters. I think there's going to be some really good opportunities around Eternal Masters of getting legacy/vintage staples when they drop. If you look at like when Wasteland was reprinted and Tempest remastered, it dropped down to like 20 ticks, and within a month it was back up to 60 ticks. So depending on how much it's drafted and all that kind of stuff, part of the reason Tempest remastered the cards rebounded is because the format wasn't very popular, so the supply wasn't great. But I'm still thinking there's going to be some big opportunities there. Also, keep an eye out with spoilers for things that don't get reprinted. If I was going to dump money into something on Moto right now this second, it would probably be dual lands. Not only is there going to be increased demand for original duels thanks to Eternal Masters, but the Legacy Festival, whatever it is, that they just announced at the Mox, that's one of the, I think it's the biggest prize pool of any tournament they've ever had on Magic Online. So, not counting like Pro Tour invites and stuff, but first prize is like 3,500 ticks, something like that. So I think people are going to be buying legacy cards for that, and the dual lands are still dirt cheap. Hey, awesome. Glad to hear leg free. That's awesome. I think Eternal Master spoilers start next week, I believe. But it might just be 1 week of spoilers. Semi-Pimp Boy, thank you for the follow. Alright, so 4-color Rites. Again, we want more Radiant Flames, want more Chandras. We can go down. They're probably going to have negates after board. We'll go down Quarantine Field. Maybe go down a Gideon. Yeah, Maple Leaf Rag is awesome. We started with Arlen Cord in place of Nahiri, and I've come around to Nahiri just being better. Oh, awesome, Will. Thank you for supporting the site. Yeah, if you're interested in supporting Goldfish in the site, you can. There's a link for signing up for Premium, which gets you tons of sweet deck building tools and so forth, collection management tools. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. I guess we can go down. Maybe 4 Chandras is just too many. Maybe I need to just get rid of the 4th one. And I guess we'll go down a Tireless Tracker. Try it like that. I think I found myself a box of Eternal Masters. So I should be able to do a product opening video for Eternal Masters. So if you can't get one yourself, you can open some Eternal Masters vicariously through me. Hopefully it's good and there's some value in the set. I like this hand. That was a mulligan too, wasn't it? Yeah, with the starter and portal cards, whatever does get reprinted is going to crash in price pretty hard. Now it's just Needle Spires. We can Oath of Nissa on turn 2. Deluxe, thank you for the follow. I actually don't know how much I'm going to have to pay for a box of Eternal Masters Bear Edition. They told me they would reserve one for me, but they couldn't tell me the exact price. They were waiting to see how much supply there was, if it was going to be more like Modern Masters 1 or Modern Masters 2. And then the other store I talked to, they just said, we're not taking any pre-orders. It's first come, first serve, so if you come here early on release day, you can buy whatever you want. So I'm probably going to go there first, and if they're selling for MSRP and the set's good, I might just buy like a case. Then we can do box openings for like a week straight. Does the land I take here matter? White, we probably want another red source, I guess. And it'll come into play untapped. Alright, that's fine. Have I tried a natural affinity build? I have not, and I am not going to any GPs this weekend. I don't go to paper tournaments very often at all. My name is Jeff for Reals. Thank you for the follow. I don't understand how the price are going to crash you to Eternal Masters since almost no one will get it. Well, prices on Magic Online are going to crash a ton. Well, if I was going to buy a case of EMA, it would be with the idea that I would be able to hopefully profit off of it. I wouldn't just buy it just to have. Alright, Forest, Radiant Flames, wipe away the stuff. Liverpool lost? That's too bad. Yeah, I think you can buy them for $240, $250 online right now. Do you think you might do a raffle with some EMA? Might do some giveaways from the box opening. That was something that I would consider doing. As far as actual raffles, I would have to talk to Richard about that. The giveaway stuff is kind of his department. So I'd have to ask him if that's something that's in the cards. Well, let's just get some value out of this Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker into Evolving Wilds. I've never been happier to play in Evolving Wilds than when I just played a Tireless Tracker on turn 4. Do I think Jace will continue to drop? I think that it will. I don't think it'll ever be super cheap because it still sees some play in older formats. But I could see it being $20, $30 at rotation. I would have to think about it a little more to give you a really good estimate. That was just off the top of my head. Thank you, Windchaser92. What are we doing here? I gotta get a land. White, white, red, red, green, green. I guess we're to the point where it really doesn't matter. Tracker with fetches would have been absurd. Tracker is already absurd. Did you see the instant deck tech today on the YouTube channel? Tireless Tracker in a Sam Black deck in Modern. Seeing play in Legacy lands. It's just, the card is absurd. We're gonna have to kill Reality Smasher, I think. Probably discard a card in the process. So let's 1, 2, 3. Angelic Purge, Reality Smasher, sack Oath of Nissa. Discard a 1, 2, 3, 4 Fortified Village. Play Cinderglade, get a clue. Yeah, let's just pass and crack a clue. Yeah, the Magic Online Championship Series, the lands deck in Legacy was, or the Magic Online Championship tracker was being played in lands and Legacy. People are just silly about Steam Flogger Boss. It's a pretty irrational buyout, in my opinion. I guess the hype is that we're gonna have contraptions in Kaladesh, but I think that's unlikely. So far, so good. We are 1-0 and up a game in match 2. All right, let's Oath of Nissa, see what we hit. I guess Needle Spires. And then I guess we need to Declaration in Stone Displacer to kind of stay alive. Needle Spires, pass the turn, hope for no whammies. Thanks for the follow, SunwebKid. Did Marrow say there would never be contraptions? That whole topic is confusing to me. I'm not 100% sure. I know Marrow wants contraptions and said something like, I will make them work before I retire or something, but then they've also said that Aaron Forsyth is like, you'll never make contraptions, so I don't know what to think. Sayer, thank you for the follow. Yes, Tireless Tracker triggers whenever you sack a clue, regardless of how you sack it, so that works. Mountain, a little floody. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's hope our opponent doesn't have Collected Company. Gideon, make a 2/2. Mountain, Nissa. Make a plant, pass the turn. Home Dog HD, thanks for the follow. Oh, contraptions. There's a card from Future Sight called Steamflogger Boss that says if a rigger would make a contraption, it makes 2 contraptions instead. No one really knows what they are, what that means, but that is what it is. Alright, this isn't great. We're gonna have to deal with this Reality Smasher somehow. Assemble a contraption. This is actually an important block. How do we do this? I almost think we have to chump Reality Smasher with the Knight, which would leave us at 3. And then next turn we could make a token, Tireless Tracker, potentially sack 2 clues, and trade with Reality Smasher if we don't draw anything. Otherwise, we go to 1. Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. That sounds weird, but I think this is what we gotta do. Reality Smasher is very good. Ooh! Or we peel a Nihiri. That was a draw, and then some. Hopefully they don't have a counter. They didn't seem to have one. Nihiri. Exile Reality Smasher. Make a token. Yeah, that was a great draw. Make a token. Tireless Tracker. Evolving Wilds, get a clue. Crack Evolving Wilds, get a clue. We might have stabilized. I mean, there's still things that beat us, but we're looking much better than we were a couple minutes ago. I mean, we're not guaranteed to win, but I think we're favored. Alright, Reflector Mage, sure, probably gonna bounce Tireless Tracker. I mean, we're not guaranteed to win, but I think we're favored. Alright, Reflector Mage, sure, probably gonna bounce Tireless Tracker. Attacks with Reflector Mage, blocks it. Could I play some EDH on stream? Possibly, at some point. Alright, let's see. Let's start by cracking a clue. Chandra would be good. Advocate. So we pump up Nahiri. Yeah, alright, let's discard Fortified Village. Play Oath of Nissa. Mostly looking for Chandra, I guess. Get Archangel Avacyn. Make a token. Make a token. Let's just play Canopy Vista and pass, leaving up Archangel Avacyn. Yeah, Reflector Mage is very good. Yeah, Cutthroat could beat us pretty easily. Duskwatch. So they can actually activate it and look for the Cutthroat. I guess Cutthroat's probably their best draw, or a Displacer. We're 2 turns away from... Alright, they get an Advocate. Advocate's not devastating. We're 2 turns away from ultimating Nissa, which also means we win. If our opponent doesn't attack here, we might just sack a bunch of clues instead of playing Avacyn. Sack a clue. Ooh, Declaration in Stone is decent. Sack a clue. That's Chandra. Okay. Let's think about this. Let's tick down Nissa. Emblem Gideon. Play a Chandra. -3 Chandra. Declaration in Stone. The Advocate. That was a good turn. Not bad. I guess we might as well pump up Nahiri. Discard Evolving Wilds. Get a Radiant Flames. Pass the turn. Alright. Well, we're about a turn away from winning. Our opponent needs something pretty good here. We're dead to nothing. Our opponent scooped it up. Well, alright, another 2-0. Oh, yeah, I should have kept something back for Reality Smasher. That's a good point. A little loose there. I gave our opponent an out that they shouldn't have had, but Still, 2-0. Going for that 5-0 again. Yeah, that was a crazy game. But this deck is pretty strong. I've been very impressed with this deck. Cleve, thank you for the follow. Let me see if I can get the record up on stream. There we go. Update it, 2-0. Mr. Haas, thank you for the follow. Any sweet brews I'm working on? Well, I'm brewing things all the time for videos, but nothing outside of what you'll see coming up on videos over the next few days or weeks. Nothing I can talk about. I never cast my commander. This list? Well, I mean, you can see it on the side of the screen, but I can get it for you as well. Let me get you the full deck list. Man, I have so many decks. I need to get like separate folders or something. A lot of digging. Alright, here we go. Deck list. Have I played the Zada Silverfur deck? Yes, the matches are all recorded. Dave Fett, thank you for the follow. And Chaos Bunks. Yes, the matches are all recorded and submitted, and they will be going up tonight on the site. So if you're looking for that, make sure to look tonight for the Against the Odds featuring Zada, Silverfur, and friends. Adams, thank you for the follow. Played my SOI pre-release pool against a EDH deck a few weeks ago. Pretty hilarious how quickly I won. That is kind of hilarious. That's true. I'm working on it. I'm working on casting my commander more. Alright, Fortified Village, Reveal Plains, Oath of Nissa. Get another tap land, huh? White, green, green. If we live till Chandra, we're probably in good shape. How are we doing this? Tap land next turn, Plains Gideon, but then we can't play Tireless Tracker. Alright, we'll take Canopy Vista, just in case we draw another untap land. Do I listen to Taylor Swift? I do not. I mean, I've heard Taylor Swift songs, but I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, no. Yeah, if I had a commander that drew me cards, I would be more likely to play it. Venser, Shaper Savant. I should build a deck with Venser. If I had Venser as my commander, I can guarantee you I would play it. Not a big Metallica fan. I used to like Metallica more, especially old Metallica, but I listen to a wide... Yes, we do have the Entertainer going. I like ragtime music. I listen to a lot of music, but most of it is not like stuff that you'd hear on the radio. What's the plan? We probably just got to play a tap land, unfortunately. I got a feeling we might just get clunked out of this one. Yeah, Flames would be nice, but our hand is really clunky. I don't know if we can live till Chandra. Yeah, Scott Joplin was quite the pianist. Evolving Wilds for our opponent. I'm pretty sure this is actually Scott Joplin from like a piano roll from the early 1900s. Oh, man, this is a bad position. All right, I think our best bet is Tireless Tracker, tapped land, and then next turn we can sack the Clue And if we hit Radiant Flames, that's a way we get back into it. We have enough mana to do both. Do I play an instrument? I play piano / keyboard and also guitar. And like bass a little bit. If you play guitar, you can play bass to some extent. I'm not a bassist, though. Have you and the other guys ever thought about using a webcam for recording? I think that's something that'll probably happen eventually for the streaming. I don't think it'll happen for the YouTube videos. Do I play Paper Magic? Not very often. Sometimes pre-releases and stuff, but at this point I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, for one thing. The local gaming store that I did enjoy closed down. Redneck wins most of the time. Thank you for the follow. That was maybe the longest name I've ever had to read. Favorite band? Oh, that's a tough one. I go through, I don't know, periods where I have a favorite band and then it kind of changes. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Ween. And also Animal Collective. I guess those two would be at the top of my list right now, but I don't think they're like my all-time favorite bands or anything. 1, 2, yeah, we'll just take our beats, keep our tracker alive. Thank you for the follows there. I missed some of the names, but what about a Naya Superfriends list with Jace? Could be cool. Bakra, thank you for the follow. Any rumors of the changes on Moto? No, nothing new. Thank you, Rex, for the follow. Like, we know what's going to happen, but I expect it to be a long time. Oh, man, can we live by just playing Avacyn? Is that a thing we can do? They're going to flip Duskwatch. Block, block. Yeah, even if they, let's see, they bounce something, we're still good. Alright, I think we just get a clue. Get a clue, pass. Are we okay with them? I think we gotta let them flip Duskwatch. Pass, let them flip Duskwatch. Rachmaninoff? Okay. Did I cut my hair or beard? My beard is not cut, but my hair, I started wearing it pulled back because I was tired of it being in my face all the time. So I kind of have the man bun thing going on now. Themar, thank you for the follow. So not really cut. Like, I trimmed a little bit in the back because it was getting ridiculously long. But it's pretty close to the same length, just pulled back now instead of all wild. What did our opponent get off Duskwatch? Ooh, they're thinking about activating Duskwatch. Come on, do it. Do it, you know you want to. Do I have any pets? Other than my beard, no. I have had dogs at various points, but I do not have a dog right now. No, I'm not a mullet. No, a mullet kind of person. What's my favorite beer? I am not a beer drinker, honestly. I'm not a big drinker, period, but if I drink, I'm either drinking wine or, on rarer occasions, whiskey, perhaps. Thank you for the hair compliment. Thank you, scientist. I'm not familiar with them, but I will check them out. That was a mistake, actually, as far as not having full art lands. I usually use promos and stuff, but I just downloaded the deck list into Moto, and it gave me these default lands, and I forgot to change them, so it was just an accident. An unfortunate accident. Hey, I can't help it. I love my beard. Thank you for the follow, Ulk. A train. I live in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. Somewhat close to Ithaca, I guess is closest. In the Finger Lakes region. Alright. Avacyn down. Yeah, Chandra should be good here, right? Chandra is almost always really good. We get another clue. We casually play a... Well, should we just attack first? Is there any reason not to slam in there with our tireless tracker? I guess we might as well. Oh, maybe I'll have to write a bio. From Watertown? 2.5 hours, something like that. Yes, I don't have very good internet options. I don't have, like, Fios or anything available to me here. I actually had horrible... I lived even more in the middle of nowhere. I'm only, like, 10 minutes from where the last place I lived is. But I was, like, even more in the middle of nowhere then. Now I'm kind of, like, slightly less in the middle of nowhere. But my internet there was ungodly bad. I couldn't even describe how horrible my internet was there. So I actually moved intentionally to get better internet. That was the reason, which is pretty absurd that in 2016 you sometimes have to move to get good internet. Yeah, it seems like just everyone would have that. Alright, I think we're still gonna Chandra here. Wipe away that stuff. Yeah, I wish I could get better internet. I would love to. The big problem for me is just upload speeds are rough. I can get decent download speeds, but I just don't have good options for getting very good upload speeds. But I make do. Yeah, I guess I could have killed things with Avacyn, couldn't I have? I was busy talking about my internet and wasn't paying attention to the fact that Avacyn would have killed everything anyway. Yeah, things potentially could have went wrong there with the Avacyn trigger. It's not impossible. But yes, it probably was better just to go the other direction. Man, are we actually gonna... I felt like we were so far behind and so slow in this game. This one I actually did not feel like I was gonna... that we were gonna win. I thought we were pretty far out of this. Our opponent's gonna block. Block. Well, maybe we don't even play the other Chandra yet. We can just Oath of Chandra this Catacomb Sifter. Gideon. Our opponent's gonna block. Block. Well, maybe we don't even play the other Chandra yet. We can just Oath of Chandra this Catacomb Sifter. Gideon. Oh, I should have just Oath of Chandra plus Gideon for the win, actually. Man, that... Now, I will take that one as a punt. That was a misplay. Yep, Pepper, you are correct. Could have won there. Oath of Chandra, Gideon, Emblem Gideon, get in with... Yeah, our opponent scooped up anyway. Well, but... we could have gotten in one extra point with Avacyn, and then Oath of Chandra would trigger for 2 damage from playing Gideon. So he actually would have won anyway. Man, 2 punts in like 10 seconds. That's got to be a record for me. Michael Ig, thank you for the follow. Alright, more Radiant Flames. Chandra. Have we been playing the same matchup every game? Oh, yeah, the second Chandra would have been pretty bad. I would have felt a little bad about that, because everyone's like, oh yeah, alright, we survived. He negatived his Chandra for no reason. I can empty my hand. Then you just play the second Chandra, And we only have 2 in the deck, so poor opponent. Alright, Quarantine Field out. A Tireless Tracker out. Maybe just 2. Do we go down to Gideon or another Tireless Tracker? Oh, yeah. I just put it in the sideboard, actually. That was kind of the reason to bring it in. Also, I thought it would help against Secure the Waste, which is one card that I actually have lost to a couple times with this deck. A big Secure the Waste end of turn, and then our opponent untaps and, like, whatever. Takes down Nissa, Emblems Gideon, and then we lose. Oh, you're welcome, Lopkip. Well, maybe someday I'll do CSL. The CSL is awesome, and I think they made really great selections, so I think it's a great program. But maybe someday. Oh, Lord. I'm a Shager Jimim? Thank you for the follow. Nahiri mostly exiles things and loots. I have fetched like an Avacyn before, but I don't very often. Yeah, it's mostly just looting every turn is the main reason we play it. Oh, we got a Chandra. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad you check the site all the time. I do too. Well, when you check it tomorrow morning, there'll be a new Against the Odds, so. Evasyn's got a pretty... Oh, Radiant Flames. Evasyn's pretty sweet with Angelic Purge, like sack a token from Nissa and wipe the board. Do we need Advocate? Next turn we're going to play a tap land. Now let's just take Tireless Tracker, plan for the long game. Thank you for the follow. I like Against Odds too. This next one is pretty spicy. I went pretty deep. So with Zada and Silver Fur. Oh, thank you, Lopkip. Is that the game show, Kyle? Was like posted on Reddit today, in like from Ireland or something. I watched some of that. It was pretty sweet. Oh yeah. Speaking of subscribing to the YouTube, we have a MTG Goldfish replay. It's called channel now for the streams. So if you're in the mood for subscribing to something and don't catch a stream live, you can watch back the old streams there. Whoo, 27 with Greater Aurora? Nice. Where'd our music go? Alright, so Tapland, go. 27 is pretty impressive with the Great Aurora. That's very impressive. Zada finally got there. It was super close. It won by, there were like 5,300 votes, and when I officially ended the voting, it had won by 10, 15. So not as close as the one vote that Squirrels won by, but still, out of 5,300 votes, having it come down to like 10 is absurdly close. Oh, you're gonna... The Jeskai deck was actually pretty good. I don't know if it was good because of Star of the Wake or in spite of Star of the Wake, but it was good. Yeah, I'll try to get a music overlay going. I gotta look into that a little bit, the way to do that, but I will try to do that so y'all can know what's being played. Oh, cool. Yeah, the game show was awesome. That was actually pretty inspiring. I was like, it should do something like that because that's just a really cool idea. Over here, you probably don't have it in Ireland, but National Public Radio does some cool, like, fun game shows. Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is one of them. So I don't know. It would be cool to do something like that that's Magic focused. Any chance of seeing Shared Fate in Modern after its loss? Budget Magic, maybe. Yeah, I think that'll likely happen at some point. Thanks for the follow, Jeff. Much appreciated. So yeah, I think Shared Fate will probably still get a chance. Worst case, it'll show up on the poll again. If you lose on the Against the Odds poll, it doesn't mean you're out forever, but you're definitely off the poll for a little while. But I usually will bring things back. Hey, thank you, Kaf the Dota, for the follow. Claustrophobic Man, thank you, thank you. Yeah, our opponent does not know what to make of it. They do decide on Radiant Flames, which is probably a wise choice. The bad news for them is we're probably just going to draw into Chandra anyway, Chandra mana. I think we just go with Nissa here, start pumping it up, playing defense. The next turn we can play Tireless Tracker as a 4-drop and get a clue right away. If you have Pandora open, you can do a Capture Region. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into that for the music. Before it was easier because I was just doing everything on Spotify, but then trying to get music that won't get muted on the video on demand it made it more challenging. I couldn't just like make a Spotify playlist of all my favorite music. I had to dig around and find music that was acceptable. Pullforth, thank you for the follow. What's up, Xrons? Any chance you could ever make Scornful Egotist not the worst thing ever? I don't know if that's possible. Thank you, everyone, for the follows. Man, super big stream of follows today. You all are awesome. Very much appreciated. So how does my picture not match my voice? Judging by my voice, what did you expect me to look like? I'm curious. That darn Ewok. Thank you for the follow. Sharpshooter. They just keep coming. Follow after follow. Thank you very, very much. Awesome. Legacy Gods? Oh, wait. We got a Magic game going. I guess I should let my opponent play. Golfin. You expected me to be a big jacked nude dude. That's an interesting expectation. You got all that from my voice? My voice sounds nude? Yeah, thank you so much. Even more follows. I will say, I saw some of my earlier videos recently, and it took me a little while to find my voice doing videos. Steve Rubin's article, in my opinion, is a must-read. If you haven't read it, you should. Even more follows. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have not read Steve Rubin's article, you should. It is very good. About, I think it's called Opponents Are People Too. And it has a ton of great stuff in there. Required reading. My afternoon is going well. Thanks to all of you who are following like crazy and hanging out in the stream. And not to mention the fact, St. Crab, thank you, and everyone else whose names, I almost can't call out every single name anymore. I'd just be reading names for the entire stream. So yeah, we are winning, and the stream is going awesome. I'm having a blast, so it's a good afternoon. Played Mono Brains at game day, but I didn't top 8 because I made so many misplays with it, but it was a great deck anyway if you like extra turns. Yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to it. Azurius BNN, thank you for the follow. Well, I guess we chump, keep our Nissa alive. Well, let's sack this clue. Make a token. Oh, do we gotta kill something? Alex, thank you. Oh, if they counter Chandra, it's so bad for us. But if they can't counter Chandra, and we can have Angelic Purge as a backup... KKOZ87. I think I'm going to pass. This line's a little riskier, but I think if they don't have a counter for Chandra, then we just win with Chandra. Havoc, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's what Ruben's article said, that Magic players can be mean to each other for no good reason, but it was also... It showed a lot of self-awareness in realizing, like, I do this sometimes, and I don't want to be like that anymore. And I saw it as a call for everyone to be nice to each other, which I appreciated. Whoa. End-step, opponent casts Jesus Ingenuity. I cast Path on his Thing in the Ice. Opponent casts Mana Leak for Path. I cast Ricochet Trap, redirecting Mana Leak onto Ingenuity just as planned. Sweet. What's our opponent doing? Are they... Ugh. What deck did you play? I went to GP New York and played this deck. What, 9-5-1? Oh, the Super Friends deck we're playing? Awesome. Yeah, this deck is really good. Oh, come on. Attack with Loam Dryad. Please. If they don't attack with Loam Dryad, I'm going to be really suspicious. Ugh. Okay, okay. Wait, that's at us. Nissa. Us, Nissa. Alright, let's just block the wolf. Alright, well, looks like another win for us. Land. Chandra is so absurd. Oh my god. -3 Chandra. Our opponent does have Reality Smasher as a follow-up to kill the Chandra. But then we have Nahiri to exile Reality Smasher. Hey, thank you, Kyle Murphy. Yeah, this deck does have a lot of good draws. Yeah, I mean, Reality Smasher is fine. If they have a land, they can kill Chandra. And then we just Nahiri to get rid of it. And we can Tireless Tracker as well. Tireless Tracker, get a clue, Nahiri. Still a very good turn. Yeah, Hanger's in the sideboard now. To make room for Tireless Tracker, which is just so absurd. Alright, I'm assuming this... Yeah, Chandra down. Doesn't really matter. We... Tireless Tracker, Cinderglade, get a clue... Nahiri, exile Reality Smasher... This deck just has such an absurd power level, as you can probably tell, because I've made... Thank you, Frankenflames, for the follow. As you can probably tell, because I made some misplays that last game, and we still won pretty easily. Nastier Nate, thanks for the follow. So the power level is just so absurdly high. I like hangerbacks against, like, green-black control decks. Decks that... Basically non-white decks, I like it. In matchups where we're going to get the Thopter token, I sometimes play it even in place of Tireless Tracker. But it's just so bad when it's getting hit by Declaration in Stone. Alright, let's pump up Nahiri, pitch Evolving Wilds. Thank you, Murphbo. Attack with Tireless Tracker. Actually, they could have Collected Company. Could they have it as their last card? They could. Alright, what's the worst that can happen? Opponent takes it. Hey, thank you, Nastier Nate. Oh, awesome. Gideon, Mysia, thank you for the follow. Evolving Wilds, get a clue. Crack it. Get a forest. Get a clue. Make a 2/2. We could just kill Catacomb Sifter. Yeah, let's kill Catacomb Sifter. I agree. MTG Goldfish fans are awesome. Oh, this, I forgot to update it. This is game 2. This is game 2. 2-0 in matches. I'll update it right now. And we're 1-0 in match 3. Yeah, that might have been better, actually. They do have Collected Company. They were just waiting. Alright, whiff! Whiff! Hit some Reality Smashers. And lands. And more companies. Oh, they're tanking. That either means they're about to scoop in frustration because they whiffed, or they have a ton of good stuff and they're trying to figure out what to put in the battlefield. Thank you, Goyimuru. Alright, Sylvan Advocate. Well, they should have played that in combat. Advocate would have eaten our tracker. Just saying, Seth, your content is amazing. I absolutely love Commander Clash with Tomer, Richard, and Jake. You guys crack me up, especially when Jake gets a bit salty and you're just laughing at it. Yeah, Jake cracks me up so much. Oh, I love it when Jake gets salty, too. It's so funny to me. I think my favorite... excuse me. My favorite part of the entire series, I think, is there was a match where Jake just, like, turned off his microphone and went silent for, like, 10 minutes. Didn't say anything. He was so mad. He just went completely MIA. Oh, it was so funny. It's definitely fun. I like doing Commander Clash as well. Thank you for more follows. Yeah, that's Tomer's fault. We get to keep our Nahiri, which is good. And we can draw cards. Our opponent only has 1 card in hand. What do we want? Ooh, Hallowed Moonlight's sweet. Let's pump up Nahiri, pitch Needle Spires. Valving Wilds, get a clue. Sack of Valving Wilds. You're at work now? Nice. Well, hopefully this is a good way to pass some time at work. Technically, I'm at work now, too. I just have the greatest job in the world. Crack a clue. I wouldn't mind finding a removal spell, maybe. Or a plains. Crack a clue. Alright, let's just pass. Want to leave up Hallowed Moonlight. That's true. If he tries to flicker his own stuff, it's good as well. Alright, they predictably blink our tireless tracker. I know, I want to get our list published again. It'll be the 3rd time if we can 5-0 again. We're off to a good start. I don't think we haven't dropped a game yet, have we? Oh, yeah, that's my favorite part of Commander Clash, too. Jake getting salty is just so fun. Alright, Nahiri's gonna die. We're just gonna sack 1 clue. I don't want to go... Well, they're not gonna... Are they really gonna play around Hallowed Moonlight? Catacomb Sifter. I don't think a Scion is worth wasting our Hallowed Moonlight. What do we even want here? We got to get rid of the Displacer. Displacer is a big problem. Alright, let's crack a clue. Pump up to our Tireless Tracker. There's Declaration in Stone. Alright, let's crack the clue. If they collected company while we're tapped out, whatever. I don't think they're going to do that. Ooh, and a Purge. Alright. So now we get to Declaration in Stone, the Displacer. Thank God. Yeah, Infect is a good comparison there as well. What was my punt there? Oh, Alright. Yeah, it's fair enough. I guess that's technically a pun. He played a land while I was talking to all of you and didn't pay enough attention. This I don't think I misplayed, but I misspoke. Let's Gideon. Now that we don't have to worry about getting displaced. Make a 2/2. Play Needle Spires. Get a clue. Pass the turn. How many lands does the list have now? I can post the list in the chat. It is 25 though. 25 lands. Here's the current list, the full version of it. Ooh, there's the Coco. Well, that's a Howled Moonlight. Into Chandra. Come on. The ultimate blowout. Howled Moonlight into Chandra. Oath of Nissa can find Chandra. We can chump the Advocate for a turn. I don't mind chumping here. That's the thing with this deck. I almost play it like a control deck because our average draw is so much better than our opponent's average draw in almost every matchup that I think it's right to play for the long game. That's my take on it, at least. I play it like it's a control deck, which is why I don't mind like throwing away this token to chump and keep our Gideon alive. So the blowout, let's see what's the blowout here. Oath of Nissa into Chandra. I guess just a removal spell for Advocate's pretty good too. Chandra, we wipe their board. Ooh, they have another Advocate? I had lethal this turn? And that does it. Opponent gives up. Alright, well, haven't lost a game so far. On to match 4. The deck list overlay is a tool we have at MTG Goldfish. Yeah, I thought about... Oh, they did that in combat? That's why they scooped. It was a shame scoop. Yeah, thank you, Mattman. I'll take that as a compliment. B Mathis, thank you for the follow. B Math. Matt? Huh? B Matt H 06. I think that's correct. B Matt 806. Alright. Just 2-0'd a Mardu control deck with Zombie Hunt. Awesome. I think that was the inspiration for it, actually, was the Hearthstone overlays. Okay. Max, thank you for the follow. Alright, let me update our record since, we're now 3-0. 2 more. Dandy Pandy, thank you for the follow, and someone else. Jeez, so many follows. Super awesome. Dandy Andy Pandy. We're getting there. 2 more. Yes, I'll have to get a song overlay. Joe Mama Jackson, thanks for the follow. We need a beard cam. No inside info on the next budget list. Honestly, I don't even know what it is. I haven't even started working on it yet. So I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. Metal Manual, thanks for the follow. Oh, this might be green-black Seasons Pass control. Alright, Evolving Wilds, go. This matchup can be interesting, because they can strip our hand. Oh, are we just playing 4-color Rites again? What? Deathcap Cultivator. Oh, this is the Sultai Seasons Pass deck? I think. That's a Chandra. Well, let's just Declaration Stone Deathcap. Any chance to do against the odds Brains in Modern? Ooh, that's definitely possible. I don't know if this is the right deck. Deathcap Cultivator, I think this is like a Bug Seasons Pass deck. Were they land screwed and we just gave them a clue? They might have been. Well, good news is we get Tireless Tracker, Evolving Wilds, the combo. Tireless Tracker, Evolving Wilds, get a clue. Man, I love that. We've had Tireless Tracker on turn 4 into Evolving Wilds pretty consistently. I've seen Sultai, yeah, Sultai Seasons Pass decks recently. So far I've only played it a few times, but we have not lost to it yet. But, oh, never mind. Well, we're very good at beating... Wow, what is this? Is this a brew? Traverse the Uvenwald Duskwatch Recruiter. Oh, okay. I see. Do they play counter spells? Question number 2. Alright, let's just... Actually, let's just... play the land, get a clue. Let's attack with Tireless Tracker. Coalition Victory got beat out, actually. It was a close one, but... The Mikey Rocks, thank you for the follow. Ooh, that was a ill-advised attack, block by our opponent, since we get to sack this clue for the blowout. Unless they wanted us to do that for some reason. Seems unlikely. And then Nissa. Because landfall isn't technically a keyword in Shadows over Innistrad. And they don't like to add random mechanics. Did we do a ATO trick yet? Like Triskaidekaphobia? We did do Triskaidekaphobia the very first week we possibly could, so you could definitely look that one up on the site. It was interesting. Is this Thought Knot? There's a Thought Knot. Luckily we got Declaration and Stone. So we just like absolutely wreck this deck as well? Are we really going to 5-0 again? If we 5-0 again, maybe this deck is just like the best deck in Standard. Oh, they have Slumgar? Slumgar is annoying. Opponent's probably got to take Chandra just because Chandra can easily beat them. Huh? I'm playing tournaments, MTG bot. No, this is a league. Hey, thank you, Porf. Sorry you're going to miss the last game. But, thanks for hanging out. Jake is home and recovering, doing pretty well. Oh, Lord. Alright, well, we are going to make some clues. Alright, more clues. Evolving Wilds, get a Plains, get some more clues. Then let's just, let's tick down Nissa. Attack with Tireless Tracker. We're doing well. Doing very well. How are you, Homebrewed Dwarf? No Arlen's anymore. Arlen is out of the deck now altogether. Because there was never a good time to bring her in. More clues. Do we just sack now for an extra point of damage? Actually, no, that's silly. We should probably just play our Sylvan Advocate. Wait. They gotta have Languish, right? Well, we can't attack with all because summoning sickness is a thing that our creatures have. This is a song by the name of Sometimes When, the Visiger remix. Languish. Do we care about Languish? All right, we'll just play Sylvan Advocate. Well, I was thinking about this Tireless Tracker. We could keep the Tireless Tracker alive. If we did not play Advocate, we could sack a clue, save a Tireless Tracker. No, no, no. I know it doesn't kill Advocate. I know it doesn't kill Advocate. Give me a little bit of credit. I was thinking about this Tireless Tracker that has 4 toughness. And if it was better to leave up the ability to crack a clue and save that. Arcometer, thank you for the follow. That's what I was thinking about. I actually haven't seen the brews for this week's CSL yet. Thanks for the follows, everyone. Another thought now. Oh, gonna take our Declaration in Stone. Well, if we can find a Declaration in Stone, that's gonna be so good. No attacks. Called it! I called it! Maybe I'm just lucky with this deck. Oh, so called it. Oh, good game. Good game, opponent. Oh, 5-9. Is that lethal already? I guess we can sack a clue just to make sure. I think it was already 14, but... Alright. Well, that was a good draw. Yeah, that's the worst feeling. I kind of feel a little bad for our opponent, because when you duress someone or thought seize them and take a card, and they draw it again the very next turn, that is super tilting. So, like this, I need to find this. This is a Turtenwald deck list. I gotta look this up, because I'm not familiar with what they're doing. I don't know if I've even seen this deck list. So this is Sultai Midrange, Duskwatch, Advocates, Nissa's, Tireless Trackers, Kalidas, Gitrog Monster, Dragonlord Sumgar, sideboard. Oh, I don't even think they typically have counters in their sideboard. Languishes. They don't even oh, they have 2 main deck Languishes. They have some Ruinous Paths that are worth being aware of. So they're probably bringing in Duresses and Transgress the Minds and the 4th Ruinous Path and probably Virulent Plague. Oh yeah, this, I just looked it up. I think this is the Sultai midrange list. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Nader McTaters. Alright, so what are we bringing in? I don't know if I haven't played this matchup at all. Radiant Flames, let me look at that again. Sylvan Advocates, Duskwatch. Yeah, probably don't really need Radiant Flames. This could be a good hangerback matchup, actually. See ya, Umix. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, seems like a good hangerback matchup. And we can probably go down Oath of Chandra's, bring in the Declaration in Stone, and gotta cut one more. Maybe cut all the Oath of Chandra's? Yeah, let's just do it like that. ABC Magic. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh no. Alright, well we got Oath of Nissa. Oath of Nissa can get us a land. Opponent traverses. I don't think it's worth it just for Sumgar. We can Declaration and Stone on Sumgar. Oath and Mono tap lands. Game Trail, Fortified Village. Well, I guess we gotta take Fortified Village. The good news about this hand is even with 2 lands we can cast a lot. Can I stream 5 color planeswalkers in standard with every single planeswalker? Maybe. Yeah, Oath of Chandra is actually very solid. Nader McTaters, thank you. Transgress is actually fine because we're probably not going to ever cast a 4 or 5 drop anyway. Marcus, thank you. We are playing Naya without Arlencord. Cyclops Monkey 211, thanks for the follow. Arlencord proved not to be very good in this deck, in my opinion. We started a Dolphin. Thank you. All right, another Fortified Village. We're slowly getting there. The Killer Cookie. Thank you so much, everyone, for the follows. So many follows. Dark Sanctuary. So many follows. Thank you. All right, another Fortified Village. We're slowly getting there. The Killer Cookie. Thank you so much, everyone, for the follows. So many follows. Dark Sanctuary. So many follows. I think Arlencord ended up not being good in standard. Don't think it's just the deck. Yeah, that's probably true. Come on, lend more mana. Nissa, alright, let's... play a hanger back. Play a Fortified Village, pass the turn. Judger, thank you for the follow. Judge Rudge, thank you for the follow. No reveal. No sub button yet. If you want to support the site right now, there's a link down below to sign up for premium on MTG Goldfish. Pretty close to the same price as subbing. Plus, you get tons of other stuff for your money. Collection management stuff, deck building stuff, different tools. Booster Golds. Thank you for the follow. So if you're looking to support the site, that's the way to do it right now. You can't do subs until you're partnered, which requires streaming for a certain amount of time, and we just haven't streamed long enough to get partnered, so eventually, potentially. Alright, let's... Sylvan Advocate, Plains. Premium is, I believe, $6 a month, and you get access to some pretty cool deck building tools. Super Brew. You basically can put your whole collection into, just import it into the website, and it'll show you with all the different decks on the site, all the different budget decks, like exactly what it would cost with the cards you already have to build different decks. It's really cool, some of the stuff you can do with it. So thank you, everyone. So many follows. Like, you are all awesome. Ooh. I am not sure about paying in a way other than PayPal. I will have to check on that. I think with PayPal, also, if you're going to use like a credit or debit card, you can just use that through PayPal. Like, PayPal accepts the payment. So even if you don't have an account. So keep that in mind as well. Tick up hanger back. Well, let's just Nissa, make a token. Keep ticking up our hanger back. Thank you, so many follows. Do I ever feel nervous with so many people watching me live? Not really. I just, kind of do my thing. hope for the best. Try to avoid going on any Nazi rants or anything like that, and I figure what could go wrong. Another death cap. Is it worth Declaration Stone death caps just because there are 2 of them? We don't really want to let them draw cards, though. What's their top end? Yeah, being able to import your collections are awesome. It's such a good tool. So their top end is basically Dragonlord, Slumgar, and the Gitrog monster. That's not that scary. I feel like we're still winning. I feel like we're in good shape in this game still. Ooh, and a land? Alright, land. That's a good draw. That means we have access to Archangel Avacyn. Get to keep ticking up our hanger back. Yeah, that's about it, Ewok Slaughter. Our opponent is not drawing their 6 lands, so they can't attack with Sylvan Advocate. Alright, take up Hangerback. We'll slow roll the Avacyn for now. The other thing that could happen... Arlencord went out for main deck Nahiris, and then Hangerbacks went to the sideboard for Tireless Trackers. I don't really want to let them draw cards. They don't seem to have anything relevant, and if we kill the death caps, that just lets them draw 2 cards right away. I guess this forces our hand on Avacyn, though, because they're going to take it if we don't. Man, if we can ultimate Nissa, I think we win for sure. Louise, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you again, everyone. I've been saying this all stream, but there's been a ton of follows today, and it is super awesome of all of you. Disco Battle Station as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent doesn't know what to take. Probably should take Declaration Stone or Quarantine Field. Quarantine Field might actually be better. A better card for them to take here, since they're probably alright with us drawing cards. Not really room for Oath of Gideon. I think Oath of Chandra is just better. Alright, they decide on the... What did they take? Oh, Declaration Stone. Okay. Are they going to kill Nissa? Ugh, Virulent Plague. Well, we get to flip Nissa and pretty much wipe our opponent's board. They still have Thought Knot, but then we can Quarantine Field. If we draw a land here, it'll be absurd. What do I think the best color is in Standard? Well, White's been doing pretty well. Let's see. They don't even have the mana for Slumgar, though. They need untap land into Slumgar. 5. We will get partnership at some point, I'm sure. Thank you. More follows. Thank you very much. So we can hit for 12. That's not enough. Alright, let's just Quarantine Field. Quarantine Field, hit the Thought Knot. Draw a card. Play Fortified Village. Pump up Nissa. Attack with both. Put our opponent down to 5. Alright. Well, we got Ultimate Nissa online. Karnfather, thanks for the follow. Oh, tap land. So even if they have Slumgar, they couldn't play it. They're going to pass. Whoo! Alright, well, we get to Ultimate Nissa, which probably means we just can't lose. Oh, God. What? Did we just draw mono lands? We drew Avacyn and 5 lands. Not that it especially matters here. Hey, thanks, J-Mac. We didn't have enough mana to get the Plague and to get the Thought Knot, and I thought getting the Thought Knot and getting in damage was more important there. Slumgar's command, bounce, and -3, -3. Alright. Well, let's play Tireless Tracker, play a Plains, get a clue. Do you think MTG Goldfish could have a Commander Clash stream sometime? I think that is definitely possible. The deck list on the side of the stream is a tool we have at MTG Goldfish. I guess we'll just pump up Gideon since the token's going to die anyway. And then just pass. Discard a Fortified Village. Oh, you're right. I could have Avacyned and Hanger back deck 0. That is a good call. I guess we can do that this turn. Dragon Lord Slumgar steals our Avacyn. We just win here. We're so far ahead in cards. We win anyway. I don't think the Plague really matters here, honestly. We just get rid of Slumgar, attack with Tireless Tracker, and that's the game. "4-0! Alright, we're one match away from another 5-0 league with this deck. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Thank you again, everyone, for the follows. They just keep rolling in. Definitely awesome. Alright, let's update the record. 4-0, one win away from another 4-0 with Naya Superfriends. Another 5-0. We are doing it. I don't know if you remember I asked you about Apple Watches at Opens and such. Oh, I do remember that question. What was the answer about Apple Watches and so forth at tournaments? I don't know why MTG Bot is not helping us today. Yeah, we're 4-0 in matches, 8-0 in games. That's almost how it was last time. Last time I think we lost one game through our whole competitive league. It doesn't really bother me when people tell me how to play. Sometimes I always listen. Sometimes I take the advice. Other times, I just do my own thing. Depends on how good I feel the advice is. Oh, interesting. Good to know about the Apple Watches and so forth. When is the next Playing Pauper? So, Playing Pauper got pushed back. Thank you, Baron of Bacon and everyone else. We originally had Arlen Cord, but had to cut it because it was pretty bad. And Nahiri was better in that slot, and Tireless Tracker. Stormraiser, thank you. The next Playing Pauper, that's what I was talking about. Next Playing Pauper will be next Tuesday. Jake has a lot going on in his life with his recovery and stuff. So there might be some gaps like that at times where he misses a week, and this was one of those weeks. He just had a lot of stuff going on in his normal life. So next week for Playing Pauper. Instead, we had the supplemental product battle. Me and Richard playing the new dual deck. Thank you, everyone, with those follows. So sweet. Why is my voice so soothing and silky? I don't know. I guess it's a good thing, though, if I'm going to be talking nonstop on stream. Probably better than having a grating and horrible voice. Alright, this is it. This one is for all the marbles. MTG Bot is acting funky, so let me link the deck list again. One more time. Uh-oh. This isn't the hand we want going for the 5-0. Let's see. Here is the deck list. Yeah, send it to Jake. We gotta ship this one. Yeah, those battle packs are ridiculous. Ugh, alright. Angelic Purge. Oh, it's so dependent on the matchup. It's, we do want a removal spell. I think we keep it and hope that it's good. Hey, thank you, everyone. What do you get? What day do you do the podcast? They come out at weird times. So the podcast, it actually changed. We have consistently recorded on Monday or Tuesday, but then we were releasing them on like Friday or Saturday. So the change going forward is we're still recording on Monday or Tuesday, except now we are editing them right away so they can get posted right away on Tuesday nights or Monday nights going into Tuesday mornings. So that should be the new normal going forward. Oh, this is the Bant Human Company deck. I do not know what kind of matchup this is for us. I do know that Oath of Chandra was a spectacular draw. We have been running pretty well, too. There's been a few times where we've drawn the perfect things. I think ship is what I'm saying. Did I consider Goblin Dark Dwellers for the Reanimator deck? Not especially. Yeah, ship the turn. Ship the hand. Alright, opponent passes. Alright, we're going to just Tireless Tracker here since we have so many 4-drops. Not full value, but who actually created MTG Goldfish? That is Richard. Richard is the mastermind that created it, owns it, does all the programming. I am the director or manager of content manager for the site. So the content stuff is mine. Oh, odds of winning increasing significantly. Our opponent just missed their land drop. We get to attack and slam a Nahiri. Tick it up. Pitch Angelic Purge. Ugh, another Gideon that we can't cast. Well, we get damage, which is good. Oath of Chandra is pretty good in those situations. Ooh, Evolving Wilds. Alright, it's a tap land, so no company to worry about this turn in specific. Wait, more red mana? Alright, let's tick up Nahiri, pitch a Gideon. Another Oath of Chandra. Alright, Nissa. Pump up Nissa. Game Trail, get a clue. Yeah, Goblin Dark Dwellers is interesting. Maybe it would be better there. But yeah, I didn't really consider it. Alright, opponent's down to 10. You see the power of Oath of Chandra in this matchup. Like, we've only gotten in 2 hits with a Tireless Tracker with no counters. Hey, thank you, Franklin in Flames. Only gotten in 2 hits and our opponent's down to 10. Our opponent probably has Coco. Alright. So we can Ultimate Nahiri, but all we can really get is an Avacyn. Actually, we didn't. We've all kind of came together because of the site. Or at least I didn't know Richard before the site. I don't know if you knew Jake or Tomer beforehand, actually. I didn't know any of the other Goldfish people before the site. Will there be any more MTGG good merch? Yes, there will. There's more playmats coming, and since the playmats have been pretty popular and successful, I'm sure there will be more in the future. Alright, let's tick up Nahiri. Pitch this extra Oath of Chandra. Play, yeah, we better play Tireless Tracker now, because if they play Coco and bounce one with Reflector Mage, we wouldn't be able to play the other one, which would be bad. How many actual Goldfish are there behind the scenes? Not very many. Yeah, I think sleeves are most likely the next thing. If you ever have suggestions of anything you want to send to the site, decks, anything, You can email me at saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com, and contact@mtggoldfish.com is a more general email. It'll go to Richard, so if you ever need to get in touch with us, that's the way to do it. Thank you again, everyone, for all the follows. We are located way away from each other. Way, way away. Knight of the White Orc. Oh, double Knight. That's actually a little annoying because it gets to eat our tireless tracker even through a clue token. There are Goldfish t-shirts. We'll have to do another run of them because they're not for sale right this moment, but there are Goldfish t-shirts out in the wild. I have a Goldfish t-shirt. So I think we can win next turn. Possibly. Well, I wasn't expecting double first strikers. There's the Reflector Mage. I would have to talk to Richard about the team sponsorship and that stuff. I don't have an answer to that. Will there be any Goldfish at Gen Con? Opponent scoops it up! We are one game away! One game! You ever gonna do guest on some of your videos? Maybe. What do you mean in specific? I think we found someone to edit the streams. Yeah, he did cast Coco too late there. Yeah. My email is... just to know, if you email me, I try to read everything, get back to people, but I do get a lot of emails, and I'm pretty busy doing content and all that stuff, so if I don't get back to you instantly, don't think I don't like you or I'm ignoring you. It's just that I'm really busy, so expect it to take a little while for me to actually get back to you. And it's nothing personal, just busy, busy, busy. Whereabouts do I live? I live in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. Closest to Ithaca, I guess, as far as cities, but we're in the middle of nowhere. These are to kill Avacyn, also to kill other Dragon Lords, Ojutai, so forth. I do respond on Twitter pretty quickly, so if you're looking for a quick question or answer, that will get you a quicker response most of the time. Angelic Purge is the sweet Wombo combo with Avacyn. We can sack a token from Nissa or Gideon, flip the Avacyn, wipe our opponent's board. Also gives us a way to not just waste oaths by legend ruling themselves. Will I be coming to SCG Syracuse? Possibly. I could be right down the road from you. I don't know where you live, but if you live in upstate New York, we're probably not super far away. Alright, Quarantine Field out. I gotta make these cuts before we time out. Go down a Declaration in Stone. Go down Angelic Purge. Tireless Tracker. Oath of Chandra. Alright, 2 Tireless Trackers. Try it like that. Going to Syracuse in August for the Open? Quite possibly. Well, we got a Radiant Flames and the ability to cast most of our hands, so that's solid. Canopy Vista, go. Oh, Marcellus, you're right near Syracuse then. 900 viewers, thanks everyone, and thanks for all the follows. What's the pulse for? Life gain, value. I guess I don't have a really super specific purpose. Mostly just value. If you get in really grindy matchups, can be beneficial. Lambholt Pacifist. Well, if we can get full value... Man, this hand has a lot of powerful things. If we can get full value out of Radiant Flames, I think we can win this game. Yeah, the streaming schedule is below. Tuesdays, Thursdays at 7 Eastern, and Wednesdays at 4 Eastern. Usually for... let's see. for about 2.5 hours. 2.5, 3 hours. Enough time to do a league or something. Not the super mega long streams. Because I gotta make YouTube videos and record commander clashes and all that stuff. Ugh, Griff's Boon. That's obnoxious. Although we can hopefully just Nahiri to kill that if they don't have a counter spell. Yes, one of my pet peeves is the unnecessary revealing of Shadowlands. That is very true. Well, on second thought, maybe we just... Whoa, I almost did not cast that properly. Maybe we just Radiant Flames here and play the tap land. Not a huge, like, 4-for-1, but a 2-for-1 is still pretty good. Oh, that was a mistake then. And I violated my own pet peeve because I was talking so much. Ooh, Gideon? Alright. We don't have an answer to Gideon right this second. Pumps up Gideon. Alright, let's crack Evolving Wilds. Get a Plains. Declaration in Stone. Well, Plains, I guess we just Gideon versus Gideon for now. Start making tokens. If they can kill our token or bounce our token and kill our Gideon with Gideon, then we're kind of far behind. That's true. Well, what specifically drives me crazy is when you see a player do that on turn 1 when you know they don't have anything. There are legitimate, like, bluffing purposes. I do understand that. Oh, Chandra, we need you. Alright, let's Nahiri. Pump it up. Pitch Nissa. We need a land. Our opponent's probably got, like, either Coco or something. Think Nissa was safer there? Yeah, I'm a little worried about Secure, which is why I was kind of prioritizing getting to Chandra mana. It might just be Collected Company, though. Ooh, it's Avacyn. Alright. Well, Avacyn is going to kill our Gideon. And we can't kill it with Nahiri since it has Vigilance. Yeah, I had figured our opponent had something there. I didn't know what, if it was Secure, Collected Company, or Avacyn, but the odds that they passed with absolutely nothing. Whoa! Well, that's a good sign they don't got much going on if their only play was... Oh, wow, this actually works out. They kill Nahiri, but then we get to kill Avacyn, kill Gideon? Maybe? Alright, let's make a token. Angelic Purge the Avacyn, sacking the Summoning Sick token. Declaration... Oh, that doesn't work. Yeah, we can't Declaration Stone. We'd kill our own tokens. Kill the Gideon. Opponent eats a token. And now I'm in a Declaration in Stone to keep our... Oh, I misread. Oops, my bad. I guess I misread Decoration in Stone. Okay, yes, punt. That was a pretty embarrassing punt. Yes, thank you, everyone. Oh, come on. Oh, that's bad news. Tireless Tracker, no value. Well, it should be. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know if we still got it. Our opponent's board is getting pretty big, and we're not drawing our land. Hey, what's up, Mexa Nerd? The problem is that they're out of Chandra range now, which is pretty annoying. Well, that's not bad. Tireless Tracker, Evolving Wilds makes a couple clues. Crack Evolving Wilds, get a mountain for our Chandra, make a couple more clues, do some attacking. I guess we're kind of racing. Crack a clue. Avacyn would also be a solid draw here. Basement level magic, thank you. We might be able to just race. Our opponent's down to 14. We're taking 5 in the air. We have a Chandra and we have a Gideon now. I guess it depends on what our opponent has. Oh! Lambholt Pacifist, Lambholt Pacifist. I don't know now. That's bad news. It's not over yet. Alright, let's think about this. I guess we can attack with anything, everything. Let's attack with both creatures and see what our opponent does. If they don't block here, we can clue them to death. So they gotta block. Yeah, there's the block. Double block. Alright, in that case, I think we just let it go. I think we gotta play to winning with Chandra in the future. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's Oath of Nissa. See if we get an Avacyn. Sylvan Advocate. Alright, Sylvan Advocate. Play a land. Play a Gideon. Play a Sylvan Advocate. Make a 2/2. I think we gotta win with the tokens from Chandra. This song is Savage Orb by Constellations. So I think we gotta get our opponent to attack and be attacking us, and then win by surprise with this Chandra. They're gonna kill Gideon. Reflector Mage, gonna bounce something. Pumps up Thalia. Bounces what? Tireless Tracker? Alright, bounces Tireless Tracker. Alright, Oath of Nissa. I don't know. Not feeling too good about where we're at now. Get a Needle Spires. Hallowed Moonlight would have helped earlier. Oh. So Chandra attack for everything doesn't really work out. Chandra tick down. Kills a lot of our stuff. Oh, you can't play the tracker yet. Zero Chandra is an option. But if we're going to zero Chandra, shouldn't we just draw a bunch of cards with our clues? Wouldn't just draw 3 from clues be better? Just play defense and draw 3? What are we drawing into? Basically, removal, right? I don't think we can race with the -4, because -4 is going to kill our stuff. And leave them with a creature. But they're still going to have that Reflector Mage. We don't have a tracker. Yeah, I don't think I can minus here. I'm just gonna... Well, alright. I'm not gonna attack. Let's crack a clue now. Ooh, there's an Avacyn, but we can't play it. We're a mana short. Alright, pass the turn. This is gonna be really close. Whew. A lot of it depends on what our opponent has, too. Avacyn is a good draw. I wish we had an untap land to play it this turn. Would have been a big deal. But Avacyn gives us some outs. I don't know if we got it if we survive this turn. We take 5. Down to 10. Knight. Pumps up Thalia's Lieutenant. We might be able to win next turn thanks to Avacyn. Yeah, definitely drawing 2 on their end step from the clues. Opponent's only got a card in hand. Alright, clue number 1 gets us not a double Radiant Flames would actually be super sick. Hallowed Moonlight. Alright. So 1, 2, 3. How important is leaving up Hallowed Moonlight? I mean, we could go with the Chandra minus and try to Wrath, but we lose to Collected Company. We lose to Collected Company. We lose to a negate. Collected Company we lose, but okay. Alright, alright. We'll try it. I'm not super confident in this plan, but we will try it. Chandra. -3. Yeah, we gotta try it. Is it gonna work? Alright, the board is clear. Oh man, do they have a Collected Company? No company. Oh, no company! Now we got it. Avacyn's gonna win the game. Over. Over. We got it. Oh, another 5-0. And there it is! This deck is so good! So good! Oh, good job, chat. Good job. Good call with taking the ballsy path of of playing the Chandra and the Radiant Flames. Well, not only was that 5-0, that was 10-0 in games. This deck is absurd. So if you're looking for something competitive to play, yeah, you might want to check it out. 5-0, 10-0, doesn't get any better than that. And the deck is good enough to win through my punts. So if you ever needed a testament to the power of the deck, It can win even when you make mistakes, as I proved on stream. For science. It wasn't just that I punted and messed up. I was doing it on purpose to test the power level of the deck. Had to make sure that it could win even if you don't play optimally, so... Oh, sweet. Well, I can ship the list again. Here's the list. Yeah, there it is. Well, good news and bad news, everyone. Good news is you all are awesome, and there's been a ton of follows, and we have almost 1,000 people watching the stream, and it's amazing. So thank you all of you. Make sure to check the stream schedule. We're back tomorrow at 7 Eastern. On the other hand, the bad news is I have to record Commander Clash in 20 minutes, and that means I need to get something to eat and drink before I jump into Commander Clash, which means I'm going to have to drop out. But thank you so much. Against Odds on MTJ Goldfish tonight, streaming again tomorrow at 7. Thank you so much for all the follows. You all are awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching. It was a blast today. Another 5-0. So thanks again, and I will talk to you soon.